$1.7 billion. Vanished. Not through a hack, not through a market crash. It disappeared because people were paid. They watched withdrawals hit their wallets and called it proof. That payment was the weapon. This wasn't just a fraud. It was an ecosystem designed to industrialize trust. This is the mechanism of HyperFund. It never starts with a criminal. It starts with a visionary. Sam Lee did not look like a predator. He was presented as the crown prince of blockchain. On stage, under summit lights, he shook hands and posed for photos. A badge, a panel, a microphone. Legitimacy by proximity. He wasn't selling a trading bot, he was selling infrastructure. In an industry of shouting, silence is authority. People didn't trust the math. They trusted the man, and that calm was the first weapon. The pitch was specific. HyperFund offered membership rewards, 0.5% daily, passive. It wasn't presented as gambling. It was presented as inevitable DeFi technology, a dashboard promising daily returns, a countdown clock, a membership ladder. You weren't just an investor, you were part of a hyper-tech ecosystem. Returns allegedly came from large-scale mining. It felt slow, it felt stable. It was the opposite of a pump and dump. It was built for longevity, but safety was the illusion. Here is the core mechanism. Most frauds take too much too fast. Sam Lee's machine paid you. You hit the withdraw button, the spinning wheel, then, confirmed, the money arrived. That transaction is the most dangerous moment in finance. The brain accepts the withdrawal as absolute proof. One successful transfer validates the entire system. You become the marketing department. HyperFund paid early withdrawals on purpose to engineer belief, and once belief replaces verification, the trap is set. The community became the firewall. If someone asked about the source of yields, the chat exploded. Screenshots of payouts, emojis, users typing, "Stop spreading FUD," fear, uncertainty, and doubt. The victims defended the architects. Logic was negativity. Questions were betrayal. Why check the blockchain when your neighbor just bought a new car with HyperFund payouts? The social pressure was stronger than the financial data. At that point, no explanation could break it. Then, the friction started. Not a collapse, just administrative delays. An email lands, upgrade for compliance. A new logo, a new name, HyperVerse. The promise shifted to a metaverse ecosystem. It was a delay tactic. While users waited for the new platform, the liquidity was draining to private wallets. But the community held the line. They waited because they wanted it to be true. By the time people noticed the silence, the exits were already gone. The withdrawal button stopped working completely. The rewards kept accumulating on the screen, millions in digital numbers, but the wallets were empty. The $1.7 billion was not in the metaverse. It was gone. The platform didn't just break, it evaporated. Sam Lee and his partners were not fixing the code. They were moving on. US federal investigators finally stepped in. They labeled it a massive Ponzi scheme. But for the victims, the realization came too late. Belief had no refund button. The most terrifying part is not the loss of money. It is the persistence of faith. Even after the charges and the collapse, forums stayed open. New accounts posted hope. Old victims defended him. They argued that Lee was misunderstood and the government was the enemy. The mechanism didn't just steal their savings, it stole their ability to recognize reality, even after everything was gone. This wasn't just a crypto scam. This is how belief is engineered. It exploits a single flaw, assuming that if a system pays once, it is honest. Here is the filter. If a system pays you early, plus demands you recruit others to keep earning, stop. You are not being paid profits. You are being paid to bring in the next victim. This is already happening again under a different name. More investigations coming.